gentlemen, big round of applause. Travis Moberg on the drums. And once again, the mighty Max Tarantula Hand Noel on the bass.
Lay down the booty.
General Solomon on Secure Channel 4.
Good to see you again, Mac. I wish it were under better circumstances.
It's a light show, all right.
It's more than that. It's Kane.
Sir?
We lost contact with Phoenix at 0800 Zulu. I'm not losing that base, Mac. I'll give you a squad of our best jump troopers to clear the way for your arrival. Good luck, Commander.
The game's afoot. Let's kick some ass.
Tony Dickinson on the bass, and Max Noel on the distorted bass. Two basses. equals epic. Woo. All right, moving right along. We got something special for you again from Red Alert.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Stream Theater. I'm Tony Dickinson. So looks like I gotta talk about some things. We have a lot to talk about before this starts. First of all, hello, Uncle Punch, new fan. I haven't seen you in the chat before, but sounds like you're a fan of my remixes, which is pretty cool. I love that. Yeah, so tonight I'm gonna play it's called Come Alive. It's from my band SYLVA. As you know, a lot of you guys are familiar. I'm very involved in like the rock and progressive metal scenes and everything. Obviously, TSO, play with Soto, stuff like that. I did the Tiberian Sons, right? My video game started off as a video game remix band. Then we joined forces with Frank Klepacki, did the new Command & Conquer soundtrack. So Uncle Punch asks, is Stream Theater an illusion of Dream Theater? Yes, it is, good sir. It is indeed. When I first did, the first stream I did was like early April, where I did all Dream Theater covers. Dream Theater is, one of my favorite bands, very important to my musical development. And so I was like, well, what I'm going to do, like, quarantine hit, and I have no gigs. And I still like playing concerts and stuff, so I kind of tried to make this an online series. So I did Dream Theater the first week, I did Megadeth the second week, and then I did like a wild card funk bassline thing the third week, because again, even though I'm like very involved in the rock community, I actually very much enjoy like playing funky bass lines. I've played a lot of jazz in my life. I used to play like in my development as a musician, I used to play in a gospel church band when I was like 13. Whitest dude in the room easily, but it was a blast. Like I love doing that. It was a lot of fun. But so I love playing funky bass lines. Earth, Wind & Fire is one of my favorite bands, like Jamiroquai. Early Maroon 5 has a lot of really good songs. Love good funky bass, and my band SYLVA kind of addresses that other side of my musical background, basically, as well as like if you've listened to my remixes, I try to do a lot of different things. But here's the other thing, and this is a bit of bad news for all you guys. Last week's stream, when I did like a rock wild card, I got a copyright strike from Ozzy Osbourne. Well, obviously not from Ozzy, from the publishers or from the labels. I got a copyright strike for playing Crazy Train, which really sucks. So, because I don't want to get my channel banned, that makes doing covers a lot more difficult. I was honestly, I kind of knew that day would come. It seemed like it was inevitable after having a live stream full of covers, and I'm playing all sorts of different covers. And even last week, the wildcard stream that I was doing got cut in the middle on YouTube. It just stopped. People on YouTube were like, oh, there it goes, see ya. And and then I got a copyright strike on my Twitch streams. That kind of sucks. It really sucks, and it means that I probably cannot do covers anymore. That also means that I don't have enough original or remix material to really do this weekly. I know, like, Fair Use should cover covers. I think it should too. I mean, on YouTube, like I do the I'll do like a cover, and I'll put like the tablature on the screen and stuff like that. But they still take your money, right? So I'm not really doing it for the money. I'm doing it for fun. Just doing it to really kind of, I don't know, entertain people, as few of you as there might be on this stream. But it sucks. It sucks. I mean, like but it's I guess it's really not surprising. And Twitch, there was like this whole thing like several weeks ago where a bunch of Twitch streamers just got like copyright strikes just in their emails and like on their Twitch channels. So like the labels are starting to view this platform, or if you're watching on Twitch, it's starting to view this platform as a threat now. So because it is getting bigger, and you know, especially like the big streamers, you know, like using like, I don't know, Ariana Grande songs or something, they're getting hit pretty hard. I got like a single copyright strike for using Crazy Train. Big bummer. But yeah, that means I probably can't do the covers. So it's gonna have to take me a little bit of time to kind of think about how the heck I'm going to be doing the streaming thing in the future. I think for the time being, it's probably going to have to turn more into like a special event sort of deal, where it's not weekly, but it might be like monthly, you know, until I can figure out more content. But you know, like during the weekly thing was nice because it's like, well, a lot of these songs, I mean, some of these songs I could just like grab a tab off the internet and just sight read it while I'm playing. I've done that for a number of these, but you know, like, you know, people have suggested to me, it's like, oh, why don't you recreate the songs and then play those, which is allowed on Twitch's platform. But I don't think you guys have any idea how long that would take if I was to like recreate 12 songs, 12 covers with all my instruments and stuff like that. It would just take way too much time, and I do have other things to do. So I'm in the middle of a number of video editing projects and stuff like that. And I'm gonna be doing a lot more YouTube and stuff. So if you guys are not subscribed to my social media, it's on the screen. Please subscribe to all that, and you guys will know every time that I'm going to do some sort of streaming event or whenever I post. I'm not a huge social media poster, so I'm not gonna flood your feeds or anything. But anyway, yeah. So big bummer. Not gonna be able to do covers really. I don't want to get my channels banned. It's only a matter of time. But for now, we can at least I can at least play my own material, which would be good. So again, SYLVA is a band I formed actually probably a long time ago, but we only really got active in the past couple of years. And I have our debut album. It's called Come Alive. William had posted it in the chat. I encourage you all to go check it out if you enjoy this material. But for those of you at home, yeah, it's more of a funky bassline variety. It kind of encapsulates all my like non-rock and metal influences, but you'll hear it. It still has like a sort of a prog rock energy to it. But yes, if you guys enjoy it, please go find it on Spotify. Let's get going. Oh, wait a second. Turn my volume up. There we go. Here we go.
Yeah.
yeah. So that one was called Bricks of Funk. That was actually the working title for that song as long as it had been written, and then we couldn't come up with anything better for it. It just actually kind of seemed to work. Actually, all of these songs pretty much come up, we like have ridiculous working titles for them. They end up being changed in the end once Travis writes the lyrics. But got to tune back up because that's like the only song on the album that's in drop D. I forgot how much improvisatory stuff I've done on this album. So I'm like, oh my god, what did I do? And I'm trying to like remember what the licks are right before they hit. So for the most part, you guys are probably hearing two basses at once because I mix my bass kind of loud. All right, Devil Vibes is going to be very interesting because there's a bass solo. I don't remember how I did it. Probably should have made some bassless tracks before I did this one. Oh well, but yeah, a lot of all the metal stuff I've been doing. It's pretty much you just play it the exact same way every time. And this stuff, it's a little different. All right, this one's called Devil Vibes.
Now feeling electric, like you're coming up, you know what to do. And don't forget this, you're a criminal and I'm onto you. Oh, do I feel it? I'm waiting for you to, I won't regret it. I heard you said it, better speak up here right now, cause I'm crossing the line. It's true, but I cannot help what I do. Make me shiver, it's a devil vibe, you make me wanna move. I'm feeling so damn good, giving me one more. You make me shiver, so cold, this love is wearing me down, just burning me up. I'm feeling guilty,
Two basses at once.
like I gotta lie, listen to my words. So call me selfish. Here we are again, no, it's my time. Oh, do I feel it? I'm waiting for you to, you won't regret it. No, I heard you said it. Better speak up here right now, cause I'm crossing the line. You do, but I cannot help what I do. Make me shiver, it's a devil vibe, you make me wanna move. I'm feeling so damn good, giving me one more. You make me shiver, so cold, this love is wearing me down, just burning me up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Gotta walk my way if you're gonna make me move. I'll be standing next to you, but you gotta feel it too. You gotta walk my way if you're gonna make me move. I wanna feel it too. It's the way you make me suffer. You make me shiver when I can't consider when you got me trying to lie. Don't know why, but I wanna get you alone and get me out of this soul. Please tell me before I go. No, I'm waiting for you to, I won't regret it. No,
take a drink. What are you guys drinking? I'm drinking Left Hand Nitro Milk Stout. It is delicious. I love me my dark beers. Mm-hmm. All right. That one was Devil Vibes. That one had quite a bit of bass fills on it that I could not remember in time. So, it's actually not unheard of for two basses to be on a recording. There's actually a handful of Red Hot Chili Peppers songs where Flea actually records the bass twice. Sounds cool. I mean, you just got to make sure that you're not like generally like if you're going to do like the two bass things, kind of have to be like one has to be in a lower octave and the other has to be in a higher octave. The Assassin Gecko asks me, can I play any Primus? I can indeed. In fact, if you go on my YouTube channel, I have a cover of Jerry Was a Race Car Driver that I had done back in like 2017, I think. And I'm actually, Glacier 9's here. Hey, buddy. Good to see you. I am actually working on Tommy the Cat. That is going to be one of my next YouTube covers. That one requires a lot of warm-up. It's... Les Claypool can slap way better than I can. I also did a Winona's Big Brown Beaver cover way back in the day. Yes, I'm a big Primus fan as well. Moving on, this next one is called Something We Found. I don't know My Name is Mud. I'm sorry, William. I will work on that one, though.
They don't shine like they do from below. Look across the horizon, something leaves me wanting more. Could it be that you who gave me the flight to
Yes, I'm a big fan of the stouts and the porters. I like wheat beers. I do not like IPAs. Just for those of you at home, I really cannot stand IPAs. I'm sorry. I know they're really popular. It's just a thing. I just can't take it. Love me the dark beers though. All right. So July 4th is coming up. I see a lot of you talking about it. We are gonna get some fireworks at my house. Looks like they apparently moved the location to a nearby park so we can all see it from our houses, so we don't all have to get together and infect each other like the diseased heathens we are. All right, this next one is the title track from Come Alive. It's called Come Alive. Surprise, surprise!
Well, I've been beat down and busted up, heartbroken and played, but nothing keeps me from my feet. I'm a dangerous in that way, 'cause baby, we've got the power, and I see it every day. So pick up all that sweet talking, we best be on our way. I know you feel it, not another moment left.
Steady now, you were meant to be it. Why can't you see it?
normally I'm against fade outs musically. For that one, it just felt right. It just totally felt right. Probably the only fade out I do. But, all right. For those of you that have just joined, my name is Tony Dickinson. I am drinking milk stout. I cracked up because my brother Tyler hopped in the chat. Like, one day you'll be a man and drink IPA. Sorry, man. It ain't happening. Tyler's like the only person in our family that actually likes IPA. My dad doesn't like them. Adam doesn't like them. Last time Greg and Nathan told me they don't like it either. So Tyler's the odd man out. But all right. So yeah, there's a lot of good beer in Colorado. There's a lot of good microbrews. They're kind of everywhere. It's a good place if you like microbrews. All right. This next one we actually filmed. It's one of the handful of songs we filmed up at a studio in Loveland right before the quarantine happened. But Travis got sick. He might have actually gotten the COVID because he's a first responder, our singer. So we don't have the footage for the vocals yet. So we're gonna have to get back into the studio at some point, finish that up. But Tyler thinks he's the only man in the family. If IPA is the only qualification, then I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if that's enough to really qualify you as a man, just drinking IPA. Oh well. All right, so this one's called The Game. Yes, that was one of our most popular tunes. One of my favorite actually to play. It's just fun. It's upbeat, funky, good dancing tune. All right, looks like we got Taz got his kids. Hey, Kai and Koa. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. William asked, "Is that beer local to Colorado?" Yes. So Left Hand Brewery is from Colorado. But Left Hand has a pretty big distribution, so I think you can find them pretty much anywhere. Like a good buddy Joe Cam. Looks like he's got to go, but thanks for watching, Joe. Get me on your podcast sometime, man. Love to talk to you. All right, we're gonna slow it down a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to get a little closer into the microphone. And if you have someone to dance with, this will probably be the best time for it. I will not be able to come on in 25 minutes, Joe, but thank you. Let me know next time. I originally recorded that one on upright bass at actually the same studio that we did the filming at. But yes, so I did not want to break out the upright for this one. I'm an okay upright player, for those of you guys who are wondering. But yeah, so all right. Yeah, so those of you guys who have joined in the middle, I am playing my band SYLVA's first album, Come Alive. And this is probably going to be the last stream feeder for a bit, because now that I got a copyright strike and I can't really do covers anymore, I'm going to have to think pretty hard on what I can do for more streaming material. But I have a lot of stuff planned for YouTube, so you guys should definitely subscribe to my YouTube channel for all the things that I'm going to be doing. Lots of covers. I'm going to be doing filming of some of my video game remixes. Going to do filming of like songs I did with Soto and SYLVA and Tiberian Sons and all that stuff. So for sure, subscribe to my social medias. You guys will know every time I'm going to do something. So this next one is called Reach.
Straight, I'm running past you in this safe place you found. This was never what I dreamed of. Tell me you're not afraid. I'm giving all I can, but I don't understand. Wake up. You're
Reach. Yeah, that was one of the other songs we filmed at Chimera Studios up in Loveland. The game Reach, and we also did a cover of Sledgehammer by Peter Gabriel. So trying to put together the video for all those, but we have to wait for Travis to finish his vocals and that stuff. All right, just a few left. I've got, I need to throw, do I have, nope, not there. Okay, so this next one's called Give Me Your Voice. We're in a pretty rockin' home stretch for the last few songs. Originally I did this one on like a synth bass, but I like playing it live with my bass guitar. So, Give Me Your Voice. we're going to have a little bit of my voice. All right. So, where did I get my upright bass? As my mom asks. Well, we had a, my dad's, I don't know what the technical term for his relationship, but it's my dad's cousin's husband was actually a pretty top level like jazz bass player in Las Vegas for a really long time, and he passed away back in like 2012, and so when they're kind of going through his stuff, they were like, well, we have his upright bass. It meant a lot to him, and we want to keep it like in the family. So we want somebody who would use it and take care of it and actually, put it to good use. So they actually gave it to me, which is super cool. I mean, again, I'm not a great upright player, but I can, work my way around it. So I did upright on Tell Me Your Secret and Reach. All right. Last couple of songs. So this is kind of like the prog rock dual epic of SYLVA. The rest of our tunes are a lot funkier and jammier, but because I can't help myself, I wrote a couple of a little bit more prog rock type of tunes to close out the album. Thank you guys for sticking around. I might hang out for a little bit after I'm done. But again, if you guys enjoyed these tunes, go check it out on Spotify. Put them on your phone, listen to them, tell people about it, show people SYLVA. And also stay tuned to my socials and everything, because I'm working on some SYLVA videos that we filmed at this studio up in Loveland. They're gonna be pretty sweet. We put a lot of work into them. All right, this one's called I Wonder.
fingertips on my skin. Tears at me, I'm caving in. Ever since the day I changed, I just haven't been quite the same. I think that someone tapped at my door. Your ghost is haunting me evermore. Ever since I locked up inside, break the key that stood in the light. Don't you come too close, you'll see what I've become. What's deep inside, not for your eyes. I've lost my mind. You'll wait and find this is my place while I'm away. Don't remember it all. Trusting this, not ready to fall. Now I see the dark that's inside. I'm waiting another moment, steady to fight for mine. My skin, it breaks on its own. My voice screams out into unknown. I suppose I don't mind the chance at all. Before it seemed that I had no choice. Don't you come too close, you'll see what I've become. What's deep inside, not for your eyes. I've lost my mind. You'll wait and find this is my place while I'm Your fingertips on my skin. Tears at me, I'm caving in. Ever since the day I changed, I just haven't been quite the same.
And that's it. Yes. Come Alive by SYLVA, my non-metal band, or get all my other influences out. Yes. So if you guys enjoyed that, please check it out on Spotify, on iTunes, and all that stuff. Yeah, so that is all of that. Again, unfortunately, I got a copyright strike on my stream last week after playing Crazy Train, so I don't think I'm gonna be able to do covers again because it's a shame. I blame Ozzy. It's his fault. You know, I might be able to do covers. Probably not, but maybe I could do if I do like bootleg live versions, I might be able to get away with it. But you know, it's like while I was playing, actually, I got a notification from Facebook because I'm streaming to Facebook as well, that my video is partially muted because it may contain music that belongs to someone else. It's like, no freaking way. Like, no. Like, cannot be this music that I was just playing. No way. I am wondering, I mean, God, that's how insane some of this like content ID stuff has gotten. Changing the key and the tempo doesn't work. I've tried it. I've tried it. Like I've done all sorts of different speeds and all sorts of different tempos, like uploading to YouTube, and then it'll show you if it gets matched with something. I've tried everything, and I have not really gotten past the content IDs yet. Even like the 125% speed stuff we did in the past couple of stream theaters, those are identified. Like, I mean, think about it this way. Like, you know, the music labels have a pretty vested interest, right, in making sure they get every dollar they can possibly can, especially right now because they don't have bands touring that they can siphon the money off of. So they think about it, they sink millions into that technology, that identification technology. So they're figuring out everybody's tricks to try to get around it. I'm sure they're constantly working on it, but I wonder if some more obscure covers would work. Maybe. Again, it sucks because it's like I could do it every week if I was just playing covers. I don't even care about the money. Like, I just want to play. Like run ads on my live stream, that'd be fine. But you know, they won't do that. Like ads on a live stream isn't something that Twitch seems to want to do. Play it backwards. That's actually, you know, that would be interesting just to see if they would identify it if you put it in backwards. Metal rock versions of public domain songs. Yeah, it could work. But again, it's like the prep work. If I was to like arrange a song, I could have done all of Master Puppets if I recreated all the songs. But the amount of time it would take for me to recreate all those songs would eat up all of my time. Just absolutely all of my time. So, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do that. So, but, you know, I'll think about it. I'm going to think about other things I might be able to do. So this might, for the time being, this might just kind of become like a, you know, like a special event sort of thing, where I'm like playing stuff that actually belongs to me, or some like remixes or stuff like that, or things that maybe I do, like, I don't know, Appetite for Destruction, and I remake all the tracks. It would take me a while, and I could do it, but that would kind of be like a monthly thing. I could not do it weekly. I can do this weekly because for a lot of these songs, I can just pull a guitar tab off the internet and play through it and call it good. So it sucks. You know, I want to do this weekly. I guess it's not surprising to do. I cannot do TSO. I did a TSO during Wildcard, but I can't. I mean, technically, TSO doesn't actually belong to me. You know, it belongs to Warner, and I would have to ask their permission. Like technically, Soto doesn't like. Soto does belong to me, but it's like I still have to go through the same process of like it gets identified first, and then I have to appeal the identification match and like prove to them it's like, hey, this stuff actually belongs to me. It's really insane actually when you think of it, right? Like the Soto stuff belongs to me, but it gets blocked because it's on the Sony label, and so it's just automatically identified. And like after the fact, after it's been played on a live stream, like then I would have to appeal it so it gets put back online or it gets unmuted or whatever. It's pretty insane, really. So you know, it is what it is. It sucks. It does suck. A lot of people, a lot of live streamers having to deal with it. And it you know, again, because like no bands are really playing live at the moment, you know, labels are probably getting a little bit more scrutinous with where their streaming dollars are coming from. And that's why, you know, I think so many people got Twitch copyright strikes a few weekends ago. And I got one, and I don't want my channel to get banned. So, anyway, thank you guys for sticking around. My buddy's actually doing a podcast right now. I might actually hang out for a little bit and check to see what he's up to. And maybe I'll do a podcast interview while on the air. I'm going to go check it out. I'm going to throw some music in the background so it's not super awkward. So I'm just going to hang out for a little bit. And you guys, thank you for joining me. Again, if you like SYLVA, please listen to our album on Spotify and share it with all your friends, people who you think might like it. We're really a grassroots band. Yeah, of course, subscribe to all my socials and everything so you guys will know when I do the next streams. Again, I think because I can't really do the cover thing anymore, I got a lot of stuff on my like video editing docket that I'm working on right now. A ton of stuff. So I'm definitely going to be focusing on that. So there will probably be a lot of stuff coming to like my YouTube channel, Tiberian Sons YouTube channel. There's going to be some things coming up. And some other special goodies that I'm working on right now. So a lot, yeah, more YouTube stuff. I'm still going to be doing stuff. It's just probably not going to be live streaming so much. But I'm keeping busy, trying to keep my mind off things, trying to keep the music going, even as the world burns down around us. All right. So I'm going to hang out for a little bit. I'm going to check to see what's going on with my buddy's podcast. Thank you guys for sticking around. This is called Mushrooms and Knuckles. It's a collaboration I did with the Super Soul Brothers. Guys, feel free to ask me questions. I'll be around for a little bit. My website is not down. I just went to it, and it seems to be online. So, I don't know what happened. Yeah, I have a fan page, mostly TSO people. Join it if you want, you know. It's mostly just people reposting pictures of me. Certificate error? I'm not getting that. It's weird. All right, I think I'm about to join in a different podcast, so this is going to be funny.
God, that is so quick.
All right.
I love it.
All right.
Hey,
All right. So this is kind of funny. I'm actually broadcasting.
You're broadcasting live?
Yes, to my own
So are
stream
we.
right now. So
Should I go live?
Are going to be people are going to be watching at home. So I'm just hanging out on the SML podcast for those people who are on my stream right now. Yeah. So I just finished my stream theater. How are you guys doing? You can't view my webcam because it's currently broadcasting to my own channel. But,
Skype doesn't really work that well with OBS anymore anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So do we have to watch our language on your stream?
Yeah, I'd appreciate that. You know, I mean, occasionally I curse. You know, just like keep it. You know.
Oh boy.
Every so often.
Uh-oh, Cole.
Like, you know.
I'm in trouble.
My mom's probably watching.
I
think my brother and my nephews, they might not be watching anymore, but they were watching.
Are they over the age of 18?
Yes. No.
Did you miss how I introduced the show?
I did. I missed that. Yep.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
No, we'll try to keep it clean for at least a little bit.
Okay.
So you said you did stream theater. Tell us, what is that? By the way, introduce yourself because we didn't do that yet. So
yeah. So my name is Tony Dickinson. I am a good fan of Joe Camps. We met at the MagFest area, or the series of MagFests.
Yes.
Joe Cam is a video game remix fan, and I do video game remixes myself in my spare time. So.
you do. We have played a lot of your music on the show before.
Yes.
Oodles of it.
Mm-hmm.
And you've even done our theme song before.
I have. Has anybody redone it in the time that I did the last one?
Viking Guitar is the current theme.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, and then I think we're working on hopefully getting something new. But I don't know if you want to throw your hat back in the ring and do something new. Always down.
Oh, got a lot of time now.
Yeah. What are you doing with the whole quarantine and pretty much killing music for live music is just suffering?
Yeah. So I mean, I have some other stuff that I'm doing right now. I've got like a bunch of YouTube stuff I've kind of planned out. I'm doing some SYLVA stuff, some Tiberian Sons stuff, and I'm trying to kind of get back into my YouTube channel. I've put out some. I used to do like covers like a long time ago. I used to put out covers, and I kind of got back into that. I've like invested in like fancy cameras and stuff like that. But like I did Metallica's Battery, I covered that. I did because that's kind of like how I got my start in YouTube, and that's actually how I've landed a couple gigs. Is some of my YouTube covers from a long time ago, like high school days. And so, yeah, so I'm doing a little bit of that. I have some like writing work, like trailer music and library music kind of stuff that I have been that I've been working on as well. And yeah, just trying to keep my mind off of the world burning down around us, basically.
Human malware.
Yep. So.
How bad are things in your neck of the woods with the
They're not that bad.
plague?
They're not that bad. Colorado kind of clamped down on everything pretty quickly, actually. When things were going down, so we've had like 1,600 deaths, which is not, like in the grand scheme of things is like a terrible number by any statistic, but is one of the lower actually death statistics currently compared to other states. So we've been slowly like reopening, but music is not going to be coming back for a long time. I have had some actually like music venues. I think they're kind of desperate for business, like send messages to me for get my band like playing there, and they're like, yeah, we got space tables and everything. We can have up to 75 people in our venue. I'm like, no, I'm sorry, no, ain't gonna happen. I'm not gonna be a part of that.
I jumped up there. So thinking about 75 people in a room just gave me serious anxiety.
I know. And it's not actually a terribly big room either, right? It's just like, yeah. I mean, like,
all right.
Man.
Yeah. So, I was doing a live streaming show, Stream Theater, I call it.
Stream Theater, yes. I love your name of it. It started off with obviously Slipknot, right?
No.
Really?
Obviously Dream Theater, Joe.
Oh.
Obviously Dream
Theater,
man.
I was thinking that.
Yeah. So the first one I did was early April. I did Dream Theater covers because I know like a decent amount of Dream Theater, and basically it was just like it was kind of like the quarantine had really kind of hit, and it had been for a couple of weeks. It's like, well, crap, there go all my like live shows for like a year.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I guess I'm just gonna try to do like live shows on the internet. I actually have, people who are watching my stream at home know I have lights that actually trigger with my bass. So I was like,
that's
I'm gonna do
cool.
like like live lights and just kind of like make it a little mini show for people, because nobody, I know people want to see live music, but they're gonna have to do it from the comfort of their homes. So I did that for a few episodes. I had to take like the month of May off because I had to get my motherboard RMA'd because it was going to shit. And then I came back, and then last week, unfortunately, I got a copyright strike after playing Crazy Train by Ozzy Osbourne.
Oh no.
Yeah, so yeah, it's a bummer. So I don't think I can do the cover thing anymore, and that also sucks because it's like it's easy to do it weekly when I was doing covers. So now I probably can't do it weekly. It's too much work to like recreate the tracks. For a weekly show, that would be way too much work. So, yeah. So again, like I got a lot of stuff that I'm doing offline. Really, a lot of stuff to get on my YouTube channel and some other projects and stuff like that. I'm actually taking this year to kind of redo a bunch of my old video game remixes. I was kind of planning on doing that from the beginning, if only for the sake of calling the compilation, like hindsight 2020, basically, like looking back on my remix history and just like kind of redoing stuff, because I'm working on music constantly, so I get like better samples and better guitar tones, better like production skills. So I'm always looking for excuses to kind of like go back and do that stuff and make them sound better. But
yeah, it's crazy to listen to your stuff from Puds Duds compared to your stuff with the Tiberian Sons.
Yeah, like those versions.
Just to hear how it's grown that way, right, and bringing in other musicians, and just how your sound has grown and changed over the months and the years. It's a cool progression to go back and listen to those old ones and then listen to the newer versions and just see what little tweaks there are and changes there are.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So, but the other benefit of why I'm going to try to do that is also after I kind of like remake them, I'm probably going to be recording a lot of those for YouTube as well. So I'm practicing a lot more keyboard so I can try to play some of those keyboard parts for the video. So like guitar, bass, and keyboard. So because I have a lot of time, I've been practicing like piano every day, trying to get those chops back up. But yeah, so that's just what I'm doing. But otherwise, I am home, just hanging out.
Just home, just hanging out.
Yeah.
What are you playing?
What am I playing currently? Oh, video game wise?
Yeah.
Okay, so gotta have to plug myself. Command and Conquer Remastered Collection, because I did part of the soundtrack to it.
Tell us about that.
So, yes. So, as some of you might know, I play in a band called Tiberian Sons, and we played at MagFest in 2019. But we played with Frank Lepacki, who composes the music for Command and Conquer. And so we did it was an entire set of Command and Conquer music. And after we did that, like a week later, the guy, his name is Jim Vasella, he's the lead producer on the remaster for the game. He sent Frank an email. He's like, "Hey, show is really cool. Could you could you guys record that and we'll put it in the game?" I'm just like, "What? Sweet!" So yeah, so we did that. You know, we had, of course, we were like on NDA, right? This is, AAA game release. We're on NDA. We couldn't talk about it. We actually pretty much recorded the album like in March 2019. It was pretty much done by that point, but we couldn't talk about it. And the game came out earlier in June, so we had to wait, right? Wait a ways. But so I'm playing that. I have been a Command and Conquer player for a long time. I'm not particularly good at RTS games. I think a lot of people would probably smoke me, but I played all of them. I played all the Command and Conquer games, and excuse me. So I was playing those. I just beat the Red Alert campaigns. Gonna play the Command and Conquer Tiberian Dawn games. And go through those campaigns. I've also been playing. My fiance and I have been playing Borderlands 2. We played the first one too, and the pre-sequel. We just finished that, so we're probably going to move on from those because we've been a whole hell of a lot of Borderlands for like a few months, and I think we're going to move on. I want her to play Last of Us Part 1 because I have the remaster on the PS4 because I went through it.
Nice.
I want her to play it, and then when we're done, I think we're probably going to go through Part 2 together.
Did you pick up the second one yet?
Not yet. When we get to that point, I will. I'm also playing. Let's see. I kind of went through like old games that I've loved for a long time. I kind of went back and got like their remasters. So I played like Final Fantasy VIII and Final Fantasy X. Like they put out like new versions of that. So I went through both of those.
Did you play the 12 re-release at least?
The 12? No.
I
actually didn't even play the original 12. Ugh, sorry. Admission.
I love 12.
Yeah. So there's that one. What else? I actually don't have a heck of a lot of time for games, but that's but
you don't have time for games. What the hell?
Well,
the world is falling apart.
Joe,
you have nothing.
All we have.
I know. Okay, so I choose to not have a lot of time for games. That's the real answer. Okay.
Okay, that makes more sense.
We'll concede.
I try to only play them like an hour or two a day, at most. I'm just trying to try to keep like doing music and stuff, like keep working on my projects, make sure that I spend enough time doing that. But I'm also like trying to take some time like learning other skills basically, because if I can't do music live, I'm pretty screwed.
Are you baking bread? That's what all the rest of the world has decided
yeah,
to do.
apparently, judging on like the amount or lack thereof of yeast that's in the grocery store. But we've actually been making like homemade pizza, and we got this really good recipe, and that's the best I've got for yeast products. We make homemade pizza a lot, but unfortunately, it has been hard, kind of hit or miss on getting the pizza yeast. But otherwise, at least our area has certainly caught up in terms of grocery store supply lines. So we haven't been too bad on food, but it is the yeast for some reason. It's like yeast and cleaner, like hand sanitizer. You still can't get on it. Like there's plenty of toilet paper now, but can't
Our
find
area is still hit or miss with toilet paper and paper towels. People are, I don't know if they're just like trapped in the past and they're, oh, toilet paper is going to be hard to find forever. Stock up on it.
Yeah.
I don't. My area is so stupid with this pandemic, and I hate living here. I want to punch everybody in the face when I go out.
Right. Yeah. I mean, when it did get to like peak levels of like panic, I did actually have to go down, drive an hour down. Like I live an hour north of Denver. I used to live a lot closer. My parents live in Metro Denver, and so do my fiance's parents. And there was one day we were pretty much out of toilet paper. None of the grocery stores had it. I did have to actually drive down and get toilet paper from my fiance's parents and my parents. So yeah, it was brutal. I actually had to do that.
My sister has been supplying us with. You mentioned hand sanitizer. My sister lives next to a Dollar General in an actual town. I live way out in the middle of fucking nowhere. My sister lives in an actual town, and Dollar General is close to her. And she sent me a text the other morning at like 5 a.m. And it was like, when D gets up, that's my husband, she sent him here. She lives 30 miles from me. I'm like, okay. So we get up. I tell D, I'm like, my sister said you got to come up and she has something. And he was like, okay, why is she being secretive? And I was like, I don't fucking know. And so then like she sends these great big bags of Clorox cleaner and baby wipes, toilet paper, hand sanitizer. And she's like, she sends me a text and she's like, did you see what I got? I was like, yeah, thank you. What happened? And she goes, oh, she said, I couldn't sleep, and so I was up at 4 a.m. and I heard the Dollar General truck arrive with the delivery. And she said, so I went over and waited for them to open, and I got all the cleaning supplies that we needed for me and for you. And then that was her whole big surprise, was send David up so he could sit 30 miles. So that she could send cleaning supplies and hand sanitizer to us.
Yep.
And she was so proud of herself because she'd heard that truck at 4 a.m.
Oh, God.
Yeah. It's been weird.
That's the world we live in now.
Yeah.
Sure is.
How was your weekend? Man, Dollar General.
Yeah, I heard the Dollar General truck at 4 a.m. Score! And she was just as pleased as punch.
So Command and Conquer, how did that come together? Like, how crazy is it that you were involved in the music for this rematch? Like, that still blows my mind, just knowing that my buddy is in that game. That's so cool for me.
It started off with really the Hell March remix that I did. It started off there. It really did. Where that was, one of like the first remixes that I had ever done, and it was really kind of the first one where I did like orchestra and metal, basically, and so it started there, and I had been emailing like Frank Lepacki, the composer, for a pretty long time. Like, I was a big fan of his because I loved his music, I loved the games and everything. And so when I was working on this remix, I emailed it to him, and I was like, hey, man, I'm working on this. I'll see if you get your opinion on this. And again, this is like 2008. This is a while ago. And he, he's like, oh, this is really cool, man. Here's some advice for the mixing. I remember he told me, like, for, because the mixing if you guys hear the original version, the mixing is pretty bad. Especially compared to like what it sounds like now. But yeah, he's really good at he's really good at interacting with fans. He's good at answering emails and stuff like that. So we kind of remained in touch, and Frank then after the Vince DiCola after Vince DiCola played with Lonely Rolling Stars at MagFest. Vince and Frank know each other, so Vince emailed Frank and was like, "Hey man, you should check out MagFest." And I had already emailed Frank about like, "Hey man, you should check out MagFest." And apparently there've been other composers that have gone to MagFest and know Frank and like, "Hey Frank, you should check out MagFest." So finally, after Vince DiCola played, and Frank's like, "All right, fine." And so he sends me an email. He's like, "Hey man, tell me about this." And I'm just like, "Oh yeah, dude, it's really cool yearly thing. You know, a lot of people go to that, and there's a lot of like industry types that are that go to this." And so, we talked. Sorry, I'm trying to send a goodbye message to some people that are leaving my stream. I am not great at multitasking, so
I'm not good at it either.
Yeah.
I've been sitting here playing a fishing game this whole time. That's why I'm silent.
All right. So anyway, Frank and I kind of talked about it, and I was like, "Yeah, man, I really want to do it." I couldn't immediately say yes because it was going to be a likely yes, but I always have to wait till I know my TSO schedule, my tour schedule, because sometimes it like goes into it has gone into January in the past. It's been a while since it's gone into January, but it has happened, and so I was just like, all right, well, MagFest is always like the first weekend in the year, so I'll be in touch once I know from the management. I'll let Frank know. And so when I got that word for it, that we weren't gonna, that I was available to do it, it's like, all right, Frank, let's do it. We can let's get the show rolling. But like I gotta leave for tour in a couple months. So get those tracks done really quickly because I gotta practice, man. And so so Frank basically he chose the entire set. He planned out everything. He planned out like the videos and how the show was going to be structured. And then he re-recorded all the tracks for us. And basically like, here's what Connor's going to do. Here's what Tony's going to do. Here's what Frank's going to do. Here's what Travis and Max are going to do. Because he plays pretty much every instrument. Drums is his number one. He's an unbelievable drummer. But he's good at everything else. So he arranged it, and we learned those arrangements and worked on those. It's like we weren't going to play them all together until we actually got to MagFest, and I had to learn a lot of it while I was on the road. But yeah, so then we played the show, and it was like a huge reaction. Like I had no idea that it was actually going to be that big of a response from people. And then
come on, you knew it was going to be huge.
No, I didn't. No, like I remember like on the Facebook main page after they had announced us as the headliners, people were like, "Oh, that's an interesting choice for a headliner." It's like there were a lot of people saying that, and I was just like, "Huh, all right, well, I don't know. Maybe we'll get like half the room or something." But it'll still be fun. That's basically how I thought about it. And then we got the entire room. It was maxed out capacity, and I put together, because we had put up like GoPros and other cameras and stuff like that, and then I put together, and we had the multi-tracks because the audio crew recorded them. And so I mixed that, and I did like a full official edit, I guess, of the of our show and put that online, and it's gotten a great response, and so that's led to us being involved in the remaster, because the producers and everything, and a lot of people that were involved in creating the Command & Conquer. Actually, a lot of people that made the game originally did the remaster. So yeah, no, it's super cool. It's the old Westwood Studios guys basically, like teaming up with some other game companies. I think they like teamed up with a company that's like they're like experts at like recreating old graphics in 4K, right? So I mean, like the old game is like 320 by 240 or something, right? Something tiny, and so
that's like calculator size.
Yeah, right. So and they remade it for 4K graphics basically, and what's really cool is that when you're playing the game, you can actually manually switch between the new and the old graphics if you want to. I think it just kind of adds to the the nostalgia.
I love when games have that feature.
Mm-hmm.
I know the Halo Master Chief Collection has that same feature
Yeah,
where
everybody keeps
just
telling
at the
me
press of a
about that
button
one.
it switches over. I love that
Spyro
stuff.
does too, I believe.
Yeah. Everybody keeps telling me about the Halo collection. I gotta get that. I think that's like on my list down the road for sure.
Can we interest you in the glory that is Game Pass?
Game Pass. No, I don't play that many games. I'm pretty selective about it.
Well, you see,
Play a lot of Fallout
for only
games, too.
$10 a month.
Yeah.
You could play that many games.
Wait, it's even
Right.
cheaper for PC Game Pass, isn't
It
it?
is. It's only $4.99.
Do I have to put
$5.99?
do I have to put the games back in the mail before I get a new one?
Yes.
No. You don't even have to uninstall them. You just get to keep them until you
All
don't
right.
pay anymore.
Cool. All right, that's awesome. Yeah, if I played more games, I would, but it is what it is.
Yeah. We'll get you there one day.
Okay.
We'll sell you one day.
All right.
Yeah,
Are you
I love
sponsored by Game Pass, Joe?
I wish, man. If we could get a sponsorship from Microsoft, I would lose it. I would be so excited.
Yeah.
That would be crazy. But no one likes us enough.
Mm.
But you do.
I like you. I sponsor you. I have nothing to give you, but you can use me as your official.
You have music
official
to give
endorsement.
us.
I do. Yeah, that's true. It's true. You're gonna get all my music.
What kind of new music have you been working on? What can we play on this
oh,
episode that
dude.
you have been working on?
We have a couple new Tiberian Sons tracks we actually did this year. I need to hold on just a second. I need to get a new browser window. I'm casting your podcast onto my computer, but I have to use the display capture in my broadcast software. So I got to grab the link. So we did in March. These were both for DoD. In March we did. It was Recover Month, which you basically cover another DoDer's track, and so we did Full Mast, which was Vert and Snaffleman, which was Zelda Wind Waker and like some of the themes from the original Zelda. And then
I remember seeing that on DoD.
And then for April we did God Shattering Star from Fire Emblem Three Houses, which is one of the biggest arrangements we've done, and one of my favorites that we've ever done. So I'm gonna find these links and I'm gonna toss them your way. It's actually gonna be easier if I just grab it from the DoD website. But yeah,
I could just jump on the DoD website and grab them.
you could, I mean, again, I'm not very good at multitasking, so while I'm doing it,
Me neither. Dude, this is the first time in ever that I've had a computer capable of multitasking, and I don't know what I should do.
Right.
Because I'm scared that if I start multitasking too much, I'll just ignore, like you and Cole. Like you'll be talking to me, and I'll just be like,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, like I do.
All right, so there's the link to Full Mast, and then let's see here, the link to God Shattering Star. So we are working on a video to God Shattering Star as well.
Oh.
Yes, it's gonna be epic.
What are you doing with the video?
Just us playing it, really. I've been practicing. We had Mike Willard from Arm Cannon sing the opera part of it, but so yeah, it'll just be us playing it mostly. But because I'm playing piano, I'll also be like kind of playing keyboard in that and stuff like that. It's just a music video, right, with us playing it in our respective homes.
I think it should just be a video of you playing all the parts yourself. Just 6 Tonys.
Yeah. That will be for my other remixes. It's actually live drums on that one, on God Shattering Star, and Connor plays some lead guitar stuff. I recorded the bass and the rhythm guitars and the guitar solos. There's some lead stuff that I had Connor do, but it'll be us all like playing it together as a band. So, yeah.
Nice. So always good seeing Tiberian Sons doing stuff. Are you working on more stuff that you're able to talk about, or anything you're not able to talk about but you could hint at? You could like blink once if there is.
Again, like some video projects I'm working on are pretty cool right now. I don't know if like there's some special video projects that I'm working on. I don't know if they'll actually be public, but they are. I'm involving like other big name musicians as part of it. But it's stuff for a fundraiser basically. But I'm editing those together. If they're public, I'll let you know. But I don't know if I can necessarily talk about those at the moment.
Yeah. Hey, I gotta ask, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Yes, indeed.
So anything else you want to talk about, or do you want to hang out and chat news with us?
What kind of news?
Just the news of the week.
News of the week.
Video game news.
I do need to eat. I'm very hungry.
Well, then we should let you get going.
Okay.
It was good having you on. It was a fun little spontaneous visit.
It's good to be on. Thank you, Joe. It's been a while, actually.
We were gonna be like, hey, we're gonna speed run this episode. We'll get done within like an hour, and then you jumped in chat and you're like, hey, I'm free. Want me to jump in? And I'm like, yeah, let's do this.
Yeah.
And now a half hour later, we're gonna let you go so you could eat.
Yes, I'm hungry.
And I'm hungry, and I wish I was leaving to eat, but I have to do more show.
Mm-hmm. 'Tis the life of a live streamer. Joe Cam.
Do you have any final words before we let you get going?
Wear your friggin' masks, people. That's the only thing I have to say. Wear your friggin' masks. Just do it.
Yes, I can agree with that one. Tony, we will let you get going. Have yourself a wonderful night, and you take care of yourself.
Thanks, buddy. It's good talking to you.
And bye to your viewers.
Yes.
Goodbye.
Bye to my
It was a
viewers.
pleasure to meet you, Tony.
All right, you too. Thanks, guys. See you.
Oh, man. I love Tony. He's good peoples.
Yes.
I'm good peoples. I appreciate that. All right, to my handful of remaining viewers at home. Again, that was fun. I didn't realize I was going to do that until Joe Cam kind of popped in my own stream. And but yeah, thanks guys for hanging out. I'm pretty hungry, so I need to go get some food. Again, I think most of you who are the dedicated few that are still here probably are subscribed to my notifications and social medias and stuff like that. So when I get another idea for a stream, you'll see. I'll let you know. So again, thank you everybody for. Hope you enjoyed all that, and I'm gonna go eat some food because I'm friggin' hungry. Again, if you liked SYLVA, please check out the album on Spotify and tell all your friends. So